This is the story of the most wanted woman in Europe. In Nazi-occupied France, the Gestapo had a file they never wanted to lose. It wasn't a general. It wasn't a soldier. It was a woman. No army. Just one person. One name. One face. One limp that betrayed her presence. They wrote in official ink, "She is the most dangerous Allied agent in France. We must find her and destroy her." Her name was Virginia Hall. She wasn't famous. She wasn't powerful. But she was deadly, clever, and invisible. She was a spy. Virginia Hall was born in Baltimore in 1906. Privileged, educated, and ambitious. She dreamed of diplomacy, travel, representation, service. She learned French, German, Italian. She studied relentlessly. She moved quietly, observing. She refused to follow limits society placed on her as a woman. Her life seemed certain until a single accident changed everything. While hunting birds in Turkey, a gun misfired. The bullet shattered her leg below the knee. Doctors amputated. A prosthetic leg, which she named Cuthbert, became her companion. The world treated her as broken. The U.S. State Department quietly ended her diplomatic career. Just silence. Virginia learned something that would define her life. If the world won't let me serve, I'll find another way. Europe was changing. Hitler's forces spread across the continent. France fell. Fear and terror replaced normal life. Virginia witnessed violence, deportations, and death. She saw what ordinary citizens could not stop. She realized the war would not be won by armies alone. It would be won by intelligence, courage, and secrecy. The British government created the SOE, a secret organization tasked with sabotage and espionage in occupied Europe. They needed people invisible to the Nazis. Virginia Hall was perfect. An American, a woman, disabled, fearless and clever. She accepted their mission without hesitation. Her job: infiltrate France alone, build resistance networks, and communicate with London. She arrived under a false identity. She had no weapons, no backup, no escape plan. She memorized streets, faces, and routines. Every knock on a door could mean death. Every conversation was a test. Virginia became a ghost in plain sight. She learned to move silently, speak cautiously, and trust intuition over logic. Virginia recruited locals. She smuggled weapons. She helped downed Allied pilots escape. She carried all the names and routes in her head. Writing them down meant execution. Fear was constant. Hunger was normal. Sleep was a luxury. But every life she saved made the danger worth it. She became the white mouse in the Gestapo's eyes. Though that nickname was more often used for Nancy Wake, the Germans still feared her the same way. German intelligence grew aware of a female spy moving resistance networks. They posted wanted notices. They interrogated suspected informants. They sent agents into the countryside to hunt her. Virginia adapted, changed hair, clothes, locations. She moved constantly. She was always one step ahead. Eventually, her network was compromised. Arrests were made. She had to flee. Across the Pyrenees mountains on one leg, through snow and ice, she escaped to Spain. She survived hunger, frostbite, and exhaustion. She radioed London. "Cuthbert is giving me trouble." Her operators replied with dry humor. "If Cuthbert becomes a problem, eliminate him." She smiled, pushed on, and survived. Virginia returned to France as a radio operator, the deadliest role in the SOE. German vans hunted signals. Operators lasted weeks. Virginia lasted months. She coordinated sabotage, trained fighters, and delayed German reinforcements before D-Day. She operated silently, invisibly, lethally. When France was liberated, Virginia disappeared. She declined medals publicly. She returned to the U.S. quietly, later working for the CIA. Her files remained classified for decades. She never sought fame, recognition, or applause. She lived as a private citizen, a woman whose courage had saved thousands. Virginia Hall proved that courage isn't about strength. It's about persistence, intelligence, Willpower. She proved that even when rejected, underestimated, and hunted, one person can change the course of history. The Gestapo called her dangerous. The world should remember her as a hero. She walked with a limp, but left a mark no enemy could erase.